Hey everybody, what we're doing right now is the mandatory little speech on looking after yourself, keeping yourself safe while you do your exercise. Now, a lot of you are among my experienced guys. You know your limits and you know what you're doing. But among us, we've got a lot of newcomers who barely started. We may have people from the Better Balance group. Welcome if you're from the Better Balance group. And we may also have other people from U3A who haven't been in our classes at all, but are going to take the opportunity to join in via this video setup. So we need to have a little think about what we have to know and do to keep ourselves safe. The first thing you have to ask yourself is this exercise right for you? Is it something you should be doing? If you've got any doubts in your mind at all, please talk to your doctor before you start. In case you haven't come across this yet, you can actually now arrange a telephone consultation with your doctor, and it'll be bulk billed and it's all sorted out to do this. All you have to do is call your doctor's office and ask for a telephone appointment, and your doctor will call you for your appointment and you can discuss what you need to discuss. You can tell your doctor that it's a gentle exercise, nothing demanding or stressful. It can be done sitting down. And once I get the next demonstration link up, you can actually give your doctor the link so your doctor can actually see what we're going to do. So keep that in mind. If you've got any doubts about whether this is right for you, please do check before you start. So that's the first bit. The next bit is your physical environment. Now, you don't need any amount of space in order to do this. It's quite compact actually. What you need is enough space that if you stand up and swing your arms out to the side and around to the front, and you could do that without knocking over the lamps or breaking the good china, you're good to go. That's all the space you need. We're not doing a lot of sideways stepping or anything like that, just that much space. But also pay attention to what's underneath your feet in that space. Make sure you haven't got anything like a scatter mat or something that you can get caught up on, or the edge of a carpet. Make sure you've got a smooth expanse of floor that's not going to do you any harm. And while we're down there at floor level, what about what's on your feet? In class, I always ask people to wear shoes. Flat, supportive, comfortable shoes are the best bet to wear. In class, I kind of like people to not do bare feet or socks, mainly because of insurance and things. If you get yourself injured round at U3A while you haven't got shoes on, it could be touch and go whether you'd be able to collect on it. You might find yourself in a bit of a bother there. Whereas of course at home, that's not the issue. At home, again, my recommendation is a nice, flat, comfortable, supportive shoe. But if you're more comfortable in bare feet or socks, well, go for it. Just don't wear your lovely favorite old broken down scuffy slippers. That's a good way to break your neck. So make sure you've got something sensible on your feet, or socks and bare feet. So that's the feet. And that's the most important part of it. Make sure your environment is safe around you, that you can swing your arms and you're not going to hurt anything, and that you're secure underfoot and there's no problem there. Now the last thing, you can see here I'm sitting on a plain ordinary straight back chair. That's sort of a thing could be very, very helpful, especially if you're new to this game or you're a little bit wobbly or something. Work with a chair near you. You can sit in it when you're tired and have a little break, or you can just use it to hold on to, just even sometimes just to touch for a little bit of extra balance, or grab hold of for a bit of extra balance. And don't be shy about doing that. Don't be shy if you need to grab hold of something, or if you need to sit down and have a break now and then. As my students that have been with me for a long time will tell you, I've had a lot of experience down that road myself. When I first began to learn Tai Chi, I was only a few weeks out from knee replacement surgery, and I was a mess. I was lurching into class on 2 sticks, and I wouldn't have been able to get through a class without a chair to grab onto and sit down and rest. If I hadn't had that chair, my Tai Chi journey would have gone no further than the first couple of classes. So don't be shy about thinking it's a good idea to have a chair handy, to sit down, to grab, to just have as a bit of a security blanket beside you while you're working. So that's pretty much it for safety. I'm doing this now in one blurb so that I don't have to keep repeating it at the beginning of every other little thing we do. It's done once, and that should be the end of it. But do pay attention to it, and do pay attention to keeping yourself safe and not tackling things that you don't feel up to doing. Make sure you stay within boundaries that are safe. It's lovely to stretch yourself a bit and to try to balance a little longer than you think you can, and so on. Make sure you've got something to hold on to, and make sure you don't get tired and you don't get dizzy, and you look after yourself. And above all, don't forget, if you think it's a good idea, if there's any doubts in your mind about it, talk to your doctor first. Phone them up, make an appointment, have a little chat with them first. Okay, end of that exercise, and we'll get on to the next little one, and the next one actually, where I'm going to do the stretches and the warm up and warm down. So we'll have that as something you can do before you start, which is another good thing to do with safety, is keeping yourself fit involves doing stretches first and cooling down a bit afterwards. So see you in the next bit.